All right, let's venture back into Wild with some Reno Holy Wrath Paladin. Seems like a good time to me, and I think it's a deck that has been performing reasonably well, so maybe we'll actually have a chance at winning some games.
Uther versus Rexar. By Fang and Claw. I know how to grill my opponent.
I think Hunter is often Egg Hunter. So we want something like a Nozdormu into clear the board with Reno.
I see you've brought guests.
That's a very good top deck, though.
Job's done.
And having Rooney on curve also good. Mech Hunter.
May the light grant you peace.
Okay. It's just, I don't know. This is a blast from the past. I suppose it's not guaranteed to be just a full mech deck. Yeah, it could be like a menagerie type thing.
Come with me into the future.
Let's do this. I think that, like, because we have the Holy Wrath, playing towards a copy of Order in the Court, or Polkelt. Speaking of. All right. So, like, just getting chip damage through right now? Probably a good idea. Could even slam this next turn and then just hit him for 22 on the follow-up. Let's go ahead and do that.
If power is what you seek, knowledge is what I provide.
14, I don't think we die here, right? Let's do this. I probably should have considered the Polkelt just on curve a little bit more than I did. Like, Feign Death could be a lot of damage. But I don't think it's going to be as much damage as necessary here. Doink! This would have been free if it weren't for the nerf, too. It's a pretty good game one. I don't think every game will be quite like that, where we just dome them for 22, essentially on curve, but I mean, this is kind of what the deck wants to do.
Uther versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild. I know how to grill my opponent.
Keep this and the spirit. Not super excited about the Feast and Famine. I think it's more on the famine side than it is the feast right now.
I see you've brought guests.
That's a Reno for after we get the Nozdormu down. I don't think we need that for wild growth when ideally we're just ramping off of the schnoz anyway.
Gaze into the horizon.
Surely there's no downside to giving Druid a bunch of mana, right? Guff already? Well, I mean, they have infinite. There's a world where the Nozdormu comes down and removes mana crystals.
Do not be deceived.
Let's dig in. Job done.
I think if I didn't have the capacity to go in on the Razor Scale to potentially slow them down, the Dirty Rat would have been worth considering for sure. Okay, so they're not Reno. Could be, like, Mill? People love playing Mill decks despite how bad they are. They are ramping towards something, though, so getting the Nozdormu should be a good thing. It seems like the worst possible time they could play that card in this turn. See what they've got.
May the light grant you peace.
Do
Ooh,
not
wrong
be
dragon.
deceived.
That's alright. So we are only dealing 22. We need to remember that. We just go Zeph for like Savage Roar or something. If this had stayed in our deck, that would have been worth considering.
Your wish is my suggestion.
I just want to cash in on as much damage as possible right now. It's not really the thing that I wanted.
Do not be deceived.
Zephrys stay frustrating.
This must be the way.
I do also want to like at least try to get some cards out of hand so that so that when it inevitably is a mill deck, we aren't like, you know, holding too many cards in hand. I don't want to draw two right now. For the same reason. Okay, now even if they have a spreading plague, I just Reno. Possibly just Reno here anyway.
against me.
Would be nice to be able, well, I guess I can get stuff going next turn by pinging my own minions. But hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Mistakes of the past.
Let's narrow down our board a little bit so that we can actually do stuff, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be pretty bad if it ends up being some, like, getting the wrong dragon here was a pretty big deal. I don't know what they're setting up for, but okay, it is just mill. So I just need to win with pressure, I guess. Could get a order in the court off of this so that we can deal 22. Never mind. Missed the Finley.
I will not forsake you.
That's pretty unbelievably unlucky that I've just whiffed on every important draw so far. Like whiffing on the Nozdormu, whiffing on the Finley here, getting both of these minions into hand. I don't, like, they're playing so unbelievably slow. I don't know if they're going to get nearly as many actions off as they want. Like, there's no world in which they complete this turn. I'm just going next. This is the most miserable opponent that has ever played this video game. With, like, it's the most miserable draw that I've ever experienced as well. So I'm not gonna sit there and watch them fumble through even more turns. In a horrendous matchup.
Uther versus Valera.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
These are all pretty bad to keep, especially into rogue.
Ah, I see you've brought guests. Toys are much more fun to bring.
This is the robot deck, right? So let's go next.
The victory is yours.
Uther versus Mal'Ganis!
I live once more.
I know how to grill my opponent.
Often is questline Warlock. So hopefully they get low enough that we can just poke out dome them. But like my early game is pretty impossibly bad right now.
I see you've brought
So
guests.
something to fix that would be good. That counts. And I still do need to find, like, I would love to find a Knight of Anointment to draw the Holy Wrath. Yeah, predictably, it's this deck. It could indicate that there's no... Ooh, hello. That could indicate a lack of Dark Glare, right? Because you would just save that for the Dark Glare,
Try crystal.
including the coin play. Let's go here. This for damage. Because I might need to get some hero powers in before I play the pull count. Because there's also... Oh, they top decked it? Are you kidding me? Oh, we hit. Probably just going to kill that, though. With the Zeph. Don't want to give them mana here, I don't think. Not with the Dark Glare on the board. And I'm going to kill this. I don't think they have a raised dead, or they would have just ripped it there in most circumstances. At least I would assume. Okay. What do I know?
A little agony goes a long way.
Well, it wasn't the best possible outcome, but close enough.
If power is what you seek, knowledge is what I provide.
I have to do this and then just hope that they at least get to 22 here. Which, with the Dark Glare, they're going to kind of want to. The concern is that the deck does run healing. In addition to just like the... like, quest line offsetting itself.
My time comes to
I thought that was going to be the Dark Pact and I was going to get upset, but instead, like, they've now put themselves in a situation where everything in this video game kills them, seemingly. I mean, the pull kill kind of tipped things off. I don't know. It was free. It made a lot of questionable plays. From the tempo dark glare, the coin, mass production, like opponent simply did not deserve to win that game.
Uther versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
I will fight with honor.
Okay, let's keep the salesman because that's like one of the best cards you can have on turn 1. And an early Spirit of the Badlands is very good if it ends up being a Reno priest. Doesn't guarantee Reno. Could be aggro. But in that case the Miracle Salesman will be good. Okay, cool. That's good that we have the Reno, I suppose. I sure do hate this card though.
Any problem?
If I had a nickel for every time they buffed a pirate for standard and it was broken and wild, I'd have 2 nickels. I think I need to coin this next turn to try and get to the Anachronos and Reno.
In time, all things are possible.
12 damage. If it like it has to be double Mind Blast here.
Now is the time. Mistakes of the past.
I feel like this puts me in a better spot going into the Reno turn. Than just like tempoing a Reno there. This gives me more time to find like a Zephyrus, especially since we're going Spirit into Reno. At least a lot of the time we are. More healing.
Gaze into the horizon. You will see what is real.
Neat. Being patient with the coin has saved this game, though. There's a temptation to coin the Spirit to try and get that value rolling early, but just going to 10 mana as quickly as possible with the hand that we had was the whole reason that we won this. I think our opponent is upset with the outcome here. So just another iteration of your typical Hearthstone player.
Not too quickly.
I'm sorry that your broken aggro deck did not have the good time it was hoping for.
How much? Do not be deceived.
Easy.
Doomhammer. I will fight with honor.
I wonder if just keeping the Reno is a good idea into what could be a slow shaman deck. Let's try it. It also ends up being okay if it's even shaman.
I see you've brought guests.
It's neither. Let's just do this since I don't know what we're up against and I don't like having limited knowledge. So just be disruptive instead. They did not seem to like that, though. This is kind of bad because it turns off several of my Reno things. So it's a very unfortunate... It also has the potential to shuffle my... I only have the one holy spell. I don't know what the hesitation was, but it like has the potential to shuffle my deck when I set up a Holy Wrath, so I need to be careful about that.
Gaze into the horizon. You will see.
That said, we're probably just going to try and snag an Order in the Court here. And then just set up for a turn 7 shot to the face.
In time, all things are possible.
Do not be deceived.
Let's just make sure they stay at 25. Now I can hit a full Celt off of this, or the naturally occurring Order in the Court in our deck. If that fails, we just grab it off of the ETC and have a lot more flexibility in our turns. Downside is this like could be setting up for a Mutanus turn, but then we would just kind of respond with the Reno. It's only one real bad hit, and that's it. I'm getting rewarded for the Reno keep. I still don't think that it's necessarily certain that it's right.
Let the dead rest.
Just because it got bailed out by the Nozdormu hit off of the Mirage. This is pretty good for drawing more cards towards the, mostly in this case, the Order in the Court, but, okay.
Let the dead rest.
Let's just go here. Get one more minion out of our deck so that we have a better chance at
Initializing descent.
getting the one that we need. I don't want any of these. This could have some potential though. So what that means is I need to hit off of the Mirage. It needs to be Polkelt here. Anachronos now. Same situation as before, just looking to hit the Polkelt or the Order.
I do say, I seem to have lost the surface.
I don't know how important the ETC Dirty Rat was, but I suppose we'll find out. Oh, they haven't played Flurgle Talks yet, so there are still some Murlocs left.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us. Our gift of frost shields us.
Okay. I mean, that's got to be Flurgle Talks, right? That's 5 mana. And we're about to get the Anachronos stuff back, so they don't get to kill that. We do also just have an Enter the Colosseum. The issue that I'm concerned about, though, is they're inevitably just going to get a Shudderwalk and make it impossible for me to fully wrap anything. It's offline. Should have attacked first.
I will not forsake you. Job done.
Fast here.
Okay. Okay, they don't have a bounce effect yet, but they might not need it.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
This is infuriating. I've whiffed so many times on this.
I ain't talking.
I'm 7 moves ahead of you. In time, all things are possible. Now is the time.
Can't use this. If that's a bird, I'm going to be very upset because I just lost a 50-50. A bird or a grumble in this leftmost card would be just truly devastating. It must be, because otherwise you would just cold storage the Shudderwalk every time.
Cease your quarrel at once. No!
Why can't I draw it? Or hit it off of this?
is the time.
Our gift of fire empowers us.
I think we're losing from here. Have a kill on that, but it doesn't matter if they have a way to repeat the battle cry. Yeah, they hit. They didn't. Please just let me hit Polk out. They did hit. Sort of. Okay. That should seal it for me, right?
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
No, there's one more bird. Oh my god, what is this game? Why is this game? Okay, they do still have Grumble, but Grumble won't give them the bird, like, or... Right, Grumble will just repeat Grumble, so they're out of Shutterwalk recursion. Let's draw. Then dredge. Guess their win condition is an Astalor if they have it. But this is inactive. I still have 3 more acorns. Is that another? That can't be another cold storage. Okay. I mean, the game's over, but this has been such a tilter. We hit for 1. Absolutely absurd. There's not a Polkeldin in my deck, apparently. What was that game? Oh my god, we were both just completely anemic.
Uther versus Mecha Jaraxxus.
Let's hope our opponent does a dumb again.
Fight with honor.
Let's just keep the order in the court, especially after last game, and look to get to the Holy Wrath as quickly as possible. Because this gives me like a turn 6 kill, which they get low by nature of completing the quest line. The problem, though, is that I don't have anything going for me. Just you wait till I get to 7 mana.
Flesh fails.
Frostline Warlock not draw Crystallizer against me. Challenge, impossible difficulty. This will now hit the Shanaz Daramu. I don't know if I necessarily want that though, because I'm not ready for the Holy Wrath, because I'm lacking a critical opponent in the Holy Wrath combo right now, which is Holy Wrath. So I'm just kind of interested in getting ship damage off of this fellow. Never mind. Oh, that's potentially a Holy Wrath. Forgot this guy was a dragon. So he kind of looks like, I don't know, some sort of phantom type thing. He's got a little bit... I think it's just the sky in the background, actually, but I always thought he was a little bit translucent. Huh. Today I learned. It's a really good draw, though, because it gives me a reliable way to get the Holy Wrath that I desire. That's good to see. So, like, if they go to 25 and kill this, they're just dead. Problem is going to be getting them to do it 25, it seems. Okay, they're narrowing down their hands so that they hit the goods. Sets up the kill to the best of my ability, so we do that. Like, even if they go to 30, you can just swing and have the kill. But it is going to be quite difficult for them to get to the 30. It's a bit of an issue, potentially. Okay, we didn't... I just threw. I don't know what happened to my brain there. But I definitely did just make my life more difficult here. Just went on to autopilot there for a moment. Can they freeze my face if it's immune? I know you wouldn't be able to target a minion that's immune. I don't think it matters because we won't need the damage. They've already gotten rid of one of their other dark packs. Alright, just a bit of the old extended BM, right? Doink. Gotta increase the runtime of the video. It's very important.
Celeste!
Let us celebrate a new beginning.
I will fight with honor.
Look, I don't think this is good, but it looks like fun to me. If it's Quest Mage or the Ignite Mage, we could just, like, lose the game on the spot, so that's pretty sweet.
I see you've brought guests.
This could prevent that.
Guess who? Smuggle.
Okay, well, this is just going to be an annoying game.
I smell golden in their waters.
But not the one that I thought it was. It's interesting. What if we do hit this and then they can't cheat those secrets into play at least? At least not as effectively.
Remix cash for your
Is it Reno Mage? Because that could be an issue. Or what my deck is trying to do. I don't want to give them a whole bunch of mana here
Into the horizon. Then you will see what is real.
when they have
My
a
hand is full to the
hard
brim.
advantage. But the combination of like Ice Block and Reno is not good for me. So we're going to probably rely more on... Okay. Not Reno.
Do not be deceived.
It's your time now.
Okay.
Initializing descent.
This is unfortunate to see together. Maybe I should have taken the Pole Celt because I have ways to fetch the spell. But then again, I have ways to fetch the Pole Celt here. As we've seen, it works very well for me.
Time to wash away the filth.
Interesting. The first one was one of the secrets. Just don't really know what it is. I assume maybe a...
Do not be deceived.
Objection, maybe?
The time has come to dethrone
Reporting for duty.
Flame Ward and Ice Block, I guess? But those are, like, there's two naturally occurring... costume singer, so I don't know what's going on here. It's throwing me through a loop. Maybe there's a raw math in there somewhere.
To battle.
his reign ends now.
Let's go here for objection.
Light grant you peace.
Ow. So that's got to be counterspell, right?
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
So I should probably keep that in mind. They have 3 coins in hand. And they're working towards some sort of combo, right? Which is not good for me.
I will not forsake.
If we do this, potentially turns off some of my Reno effects.
Open your minds to the
The
light.
battle! Arcane bolt! His reign ends now!
Job done.
But makes for a pretty difficult board to clear. So that's got to be ice block, right? Ooh.
His reign ends Arcane bolt! The battle!
What a top deck.
Job done.
Zeph could get me
Be reborn in my image.
Lair. That would likely require some mana manipulation.
Cease your quarrel at once.
Oh, either they kill me or they don't. I can't get healing off of this because it doesn't do any damage, so. Pray that they don't have a third ice block, I guess. Or that even if they do, I'm able to get some sort of Zephyrus set up for a flare. Could be a raw math.
Magic? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Should be, if they have one minion on board, should be able to go Prismatic Beam, Zephyrus, Flare.
I smell golden in their waters. Keep on manning. To battle! To battle! To battle!
Zephyrus isn't online.
You are no threat.
Come with me.
They have their combo or are likely dead here. I believe it's 2 copies of...
Don't think too hard. You'll hurt yourself.
I don't think there's anything that kills them here. Just a bunch of ice blocks. It's not the Zodiacs, it's the Dragon Tamer. No. Are they trying to copy the potion?
Swift
is the Dragon Tamer. Go here. Here.
His reign ends
Here.
now.
Arcane bolt.
Here. Here. Then we go here and here. Please give me flare. Thank God. I've been burned by Zephyrus and flares so many times. I was not going to be satisfied with anything other than getting to 1 mana.